Hi everyone, welcome back to Mission 1820 and this week's episode of Have You Ever Wondered? If you're just joining us, we've been in a series called Books of the Bible, and we've been giving introductions into each book of the Bible in just 5 minutes or less. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this week's book. Now this week we are in the Book of Haggai. This is the 37th book of the Bible, and it's also the 10th book of the Minor Prophets. The book was written by the prophet Haggai, approximately around 520 BC. The Book of Haggai is a very short prophetic book. And as Haggai was God's spokesman, he was encouraging the captives who had returned to Jerusalem to complete the reconstruction of the temple, which had started back in 538 BC. However, the building of the temple was soon abandoned because of oppression as well as discouragement. Now, along with his fellow prophet Zechariah, Haggai began urging the people to resume building the temple, which was completed 5 years later in 515 BC. Now, as I mentioned, the book is a really short book. It's only 2 chapters, but we're still going to divide it into the 4 important messages of Haggai. The first message is the completion of the latter temple. This is found in chapter 1. The second message is the glory of the latter temple, and this is in chapter 2, verses 1 through 9. The third message is the blessings of obedience. This is in chapter 2, verses 10 through 19. And then the final 4th message is the future blessings through promise, and this is found in chapter 2, verses 20 through 23. Haggai takes us back to probably one of the more turbulent periods in Judah's history, which was their captivity at the hands of a foreign power, followed by their release and resettlement in Jerusalem. And for more than 50 years, they were still being held captive by the Babylonians. As a result, the returning Jews saw little reason to pay close attention to their distinctive laws and their practices, and they really felt no need or concern about rebuilding the temple. But this presented a problem, as the post-exilic prophets were now being faced with the task of encouraging the people to distinguish themselves from the other people by the character of their obedience. And this obedience had to begin with the rebuilding of the temple and the reestablishment of the Mosaic laws. So Haggai's basic theme is clear. The remnant must reorder their priorities and then complete the temple before they can expect the blessings of God. So why is this book important for us? It's important because it draws our attention to the more common problems that we all face even today. Haggai reminds us to examine our own priorities to make sure that they're still in line with God's priorities. He's also telling us that we need to reject that defeatist attitude when we do run into daily problems or some discouraging circumstances. He's also asking us to confess our failures and to seek God so that we can return to live pure lives before God. And then lastly, Haggai is reminding us to rest secure in God's hands, knowing that He has us, and He will bless us abundantly when we faithfully serve Him. So with that, I hope that this introduction is going to help get you started in the short book of Haggai. So God bless, and thanks for watching.